mean, you guys are obviously in a different situation being the #1 seed, but haven't had a lot of experience winning in the Big Ten tournament. Do you think that really matters at this point?
I mean, you know you're going to go out there and whoever you're playing is, you know, it's going to be a really good game, playing someone in the Big Ten. So I don't know if it's an advantage, disadvantage, whatever you want to say, but I just know that we can control what we can, and we're just going into practice, you know, getting ready for whoever we play.
How does preparation change for this when you don't know who your opponent is and then you get to watch the two of them?
Well, it helps because we've played both the teams, obviously, and you know, we're just obviously we won't know until they finish the game, so we just gotta study the concepts of each team and do different things and just going hard in practice and like I said, just being able to control what we can, you know, get better at the little things.
One way or another, you know, these are two teams that have beat you guys one time. What does that do just in terms of motivation? I guess I mean, one way or another, you're going to have a bit of a swerve settle with these guys.
Yeah, either way. Yeah, you never like to lose, and you know you like to get back or whatever. But like I said, we're just taking it the same way that we always have, and we got better from those losses from both teams afterwards, and we're able to come back and you know, play well after those games. And we just got to do the same thing and just go into this tournament with that mindset.
How much of a burden is it to potentially play 3 games in 3 days? Is it? I remember Gene Cady said that guys your age never get tired, so it's no big deal. But is it a big deal? Is fatigue an issue? How worn out would you get playing 3 games in 3 days?
I think that, you know, the coaches, strength coaches, and the coaches do a really good job of keeping our bodies, you know, fresh and do different things, you know, just to keep us going. And I think, you know, obviously we want to win every game that we play, so I don't think it's an issue.
Yogi, your thoughts on your first Big Ten tournament experience coming up?
I can't wait for it, really. I'm ready to go out and play in an NBA arena. You know, I feel like it's going to be fun to play there and against some of the best competition in the country. So, you know, for my first, you know, Big Ten like tournament, I think it's going to be a great experience.
Is it hard to prepare, not really knowing who your opponent's going to be? I mean, or how do you prepare at this point?
At this point, we just pretty much prepare by film and studying because, you know, we've lost to both teams that we could potentially play. So we just have to go back to those 2 games that we lost and see where we went wrong and try and fix those, especially in practice. I know the coaches are going to prepare us well and work on different things to give us the advantage. So it's just a few things that we need to do.
Coach Green mentioned focus on kind of the commonalities between the two of them, that there's, I guess, enough similarities between Illinois and Minnesota that you can focus on certain things that prepare you for both. What are some of those things, I guess, that you can focus on and, you know, consider that will help you either way?
Yeah, I mean, they're both really, really 2 good teams, both great coaches. They've all got great players. They can definitely shoot it very well. I feel like they're both offensive rebound very well, I think. So those are some of the similarities.
Jordan, you've had a couple of days to let it sink in. So just being Big Ten champ, being outright from where you guys came, you know, just your thoughts on that.
It's still pretty special, you know. I don't think it'll sink in for a while how big a deal it really is, and you know, we're just trying to live in the moment, and we enjoyed the win, winning the Big Ten and outright, and it's a great group of guys to win it with, and coaches and all that stuff. But you know, we're just ready to move on to the next game.
What is actually the general preparation plan? I mean, are you guys going to go up there? Are you guys going to watch? Are you going to be in the arena to watch the game? What's kind of the?
I don't think we know yet.
We have no idea.
Yeah, we don't know.
We just do what we're told.
Pretty much.
For both of you guys, you know, this weekend will obviously be a string of neutral site games. What is that like playing in that atmosphere? Obviously, you guys have some experience earlier this season with that.
It's a fun environment. IU fans always travel really well. So we're going to have people there cheering for us, people cheering against us as well. It's always fun to play a different place, and you know, we're just you and your team out there. So we've been able to do pretty well throughout the year.
The fact Indiana has never won this event, I think we've reached the finals, but decade ago or whatever, but the fact that Indiana has never won this event, how special would it be to win it?
I mean, yeah, you want to win anything, any tournament that you're in, so it'd be a pretty cool accomplishment for us. We can't focus on other games before we play our first game either, so it's kind of just our mindset right now.
You guys, played pretty much the same position. What do you tell him going into his first experience at the Big Ten tournament? Or is that something that at this point he's been through enough that you don't need to?
Yeah, he's done a really good job this whole year, just being able to take everything that's been thrown at him. It's pretty tough to come in as a freshman and try and run a team. But, he's far and beyond most freshmen, I think. So, I mean, just enjoy it. And time goes fast. Let's try and win as many as we can.
Yogi, you've played in the United Center, haven't you?
Yeah, for the McDonald American game.
I don't know if you're the only one on the team, and I don't know if this is even relevant, but I mean, is there anything different about the United Center maybe than Conseco Fieldhouse, some of the other NBA arenas the team's played in? Maybe you mentioned certain things.
I mean, especially the rims are tight. That's pretty much all I noticed. It's definitely a different environment. I say in different arenas because playing in the United Center and playing in Bankers Live, played there for a couple state championships. It's definitely just a lot different atmosphere, I'd say.
What one way or another, you guys are going to be playing after this. What's the most important thing you guys have to take from it? I mean, obviously you're going to want to win and go as far as you can, but what's the most important thing for you guys to get out of this going forward into NCAA play?
Just get better throughout the game. Fix whatever we can fix. If there's any problems, doing different things, whatever. But I think that if we just have our mindset focused on, one game at a time right now, that's just going to keep us going. Just treat it like a, one-game season.
Okay. I'll move these guys out and get a couple
Just
more.
to start, what's this, what do you expect this to be like? I mean, obviously, you guys haven't had a bye in this tournament before. How does it sort of change things, preparation, or just how you handle getting ready for the tournament?
Like you said, I mean, we've never been in this situation before, so practice has kind of been a little different just because we've been kind of going over both teams' plays and players, so we don't really exactly know who to get ready for, but I mean, we're still doing what we do every day in practice. I mean, we're just getting better every day. I mean, it's been a lot of fundamental stuff this entire week, and once we find out, who will play, then we'll be ready to go.
Will, you guys have been playing big games anyway, but is there a different energy, like a mental refreshment, because you are in a different format now than you have been previously?
Yeah, we like to switch it up. Being in the neutral site's a little different than your typical home and away. But, we're preparing for it the same way as always. We have the same mental focus and whatnot, and same preparation as always. So.
Coach Tourney mentioned that there's certain commonalities, I guess, between Illinois and Minnesota that you can kind of focus on as you get ready. What are some of those things? What are the things that you can do to prepare for, maybe plays or just anything that you could use to prepare for both teams?
I mean, they're both just really good teams. They've proven that all year. Obviously, they have their strengths and whatnot. They're a good offensive rebounding team. They set screens well. So it's just stuff that we've been preparing for, and we're going to continue to do so.
What's just the most important thing for you guys to get out of this? One way or another, you're going to be playing after this. What's the most, obviously you're going to want to win the thing and go and try to win every game, but what's the most important thing to carry out of Chicago one way or the other?
I would say just to play, I mean, hopefully we just play well. I mean, if, like we've done here, I mean, if you can play well in the Big Ten, then, your success should be a little higher in the tournament. And in the Big Ten tournament, it's going to be, who knows what's going to happen. It's tournament time. A lot of things go, right for teams. A lot of things go wrong for teams. We just want to be able to go out there every night and play the way we've been playing, play strong, play physical, play Indiana basketball, and then, we'll see what happens from there. But either way, I feel like, if we just stay confident, a lot of good things are going to happen.
Derek, in the 4 years you've been here, is this the best that the conference has been?
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, a lot of games, this year have come down a lot more to the wire than a lot of people actually expected. Even teams who are at the bottom of this league are coming up and getting huge wins. Penn State at Michigan, or Penn State at home against Michigan. Things like that in the beginning didn't happen often. I mean, I know in our early days we got a couple wins, but for the most part, really you have to come to play every game, every game in this tournament or in this league to get a win.
The possibility of playing 3 games in 3 days, is fatigue an issue? How much of an issue would that be? And I mentioned the other guys. Gene Cady once said the guys your age never get tired, so it's irrelevant. But is it relevant? How much of fatigue could be a factor?
I mean, somewhat. I mean, we obviously don't play a stretch like that during the regular season or anything, but like you said, I mean, we all of us have played AU games, 3 or 4 games in one day, so I don't think it will bother us too much if that's the case.
Will, the string of opponents that you're going to have, or at least potential opponents, are all somebody that's going to certainly seem to keep you guys as sharp as possible for the tournament. How much does that help as you guys go into that?
Well, like these guys said before, and the question earlier about the Big Ten being the best league. Every game's a battle. Every game, you have to bring your A game, and that's how it's going to be in the tournament as well. So really, we've been preparing for this long stretch for a long time. We played in the preseason tournament up in Brooklyn, which was similar in dynamics. But so yeah, like you said, it's gonna be a tough league and tough little tournament, but we're confident.
Any of you guys talked about Victor being named National Player of the Year today by the Sporting News?
We kind of heard that a little bit. Congratulations to him. He deserves it.
Your thoughts on being 6th man from the Big Ten?
It's a tremendous honor. I accept the role of 6th man, and I love it, and I'm going to continue to do so, hopefully. I think I was actually like 8th man the other game, but like didn't talk about like sub-order, but yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Thank you, Big Ten, for looking out.
And Derek, I asked Jordan this, but you had a couple of days. Has it sunk in from where you guys were as freshmen to now outright champions? Just what does it mean to you now that you've had a couple of days since the game to really think about it?
To be honest with you, I don't know what Jordan's response was, but for me personally, I don't think it really has sunk in, just because as soon as that game was over with, we got right back into the gym and continued to work for the tournament, the Big Ten tournament coming up. But to sit down and get a couple of days to think about it, I mean, I would think it just might put a couple of tears in my eyes just to think of what we've been through, and now we're champions. But even with that said, I'm glad that I haven't had any time to reflect on it. I love the fact that Coach Green is keeping us right on pace with what we're doing, not taking any lulls or. I mean, we've had a few, I wouldn't say days off, but days to just kind of mentally prepare, and that's exactly what we've needed to do to get ready for this tournament, and that's really all it's about. Once the season's over with, there'll be a lot of time to reflect, but right now, we're always moving ahead.
Coming into this stretch of the season with a bunch of neutral site games, both in Chicago and in the NCAA tournament, you guys have some experience playing in some neutral site games earlier this season. What is that atmosphere like compared to the traditional home or away games?
It is a little bit different, just because, like you said, it is a neutral environment, so there's not as much of a home court advantage either way. But I think all of us have played in pro arenas. We're a little bit different than college arenas, but all of us have played in a lot of pro arenas, whether it's high school or college, so I don't think it should affect us too much.
Are you excited to go back to United Center and play in a game that isn't a showcase like the McDonald's game was?
Yeah, I mean, that was still a fun game, so it's always fun playing in a pro arena like that.
The coach said that he started tapering back practice this year earlier than he ever has in his career. That the time you were practicing for less time, starting somewhere in the middle of January. Are you guys more fresh because of that? Or did you just not notice that until
now? Doesn't feel like it's been tapered? Is that what you're saying?
No, it has. Coach does a good job managing our practice time and making sure that we do a lot of on the court and off the court stuff. But we're always being I can't think of the word, but challenged, I guess, if it's with film or if it's on the court or if we're in the weight room. We always have the same mentality, and yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. I was waiting for you guys to ask a question. So I don't know what he said exactly, but he does a fantastic job at managing, making sure we're all, feeling good, mentally and physically. So, yeah.
Last question for these guys, and I'll keep rotating. Anything else? Okay.
Victor, your thoughts on Sporting News naming you National Player of the Year?
It's an amazing feeling. It was a blessing, and I couldn't have done it without my teammates. I'm glad that they look at me as that, and I appreciate the award, and I'm just looking forward to the Big Ten tournament, and NCAA tournament.
Just how is it different going into this with a bye and with a one seed and everything like that? How is preparation different? Was it how is this different than the other tournaments you guys have played in?
Well, my first 2 years here, we were playing on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Thursdays?
Yeah.
Thursdays. We were playing on Thursdays. Playing on Wednesdays is a problem, but we were playing on Thursdays, and this year to have a bye and to be able to play on Friday, it just shows how much hard work we've gone through during the season, and to pull out that tough win at Michigan was huge for our program and huge for our team, and but at the same time, I feel like we still need a lot. We want to accomplish so much more, in the Big Ten tournament as the first team.
You guys don't have a lot of experience in the Big Ten tournament, obviously. I haven't played a lot of games. Do you think that matters in something like this, or doesn't really matter?
I think we're just taking one game at a time and treating every game like it's your last. It's win or go home, and that's because it is. We don't have a lot of experience in the Big Ten tournament, but at the same time, if we take it one game at a time and realize that if we don't win, we're going home, then it's going to be hard for us to lose.
How long did it take you to come down from the Michigan game?
Calm down.
Yeah, calm down.
A day or two. Just emotions was just running. Especially like right after the game. All my emotions just kind of came out, it was just hard to explain. Just all emotions just coming into one from how long we came to come to this point, and just the past 3 games before that and all that kind of stuff. So it was a blessing, like I've been saying, and we just got to continue to keep growing as a team.
From your perspective, how is not knowing exactly who you'll be playing on Friday changing your preparation at this point and up to the game?
I don't think it changed our preparation because they're both really good teams, and we're looking forward to playing both of them because we've lost to both of them this year, and we're looking forward to just playing for the Big Ten tournament, playing for the title, because, like I said, it's a great feeling, and it's big for this program. We won the regular season champions, but at the same time, I don't know how long it's been since Indiana won a Big Ten tournament.
Never.
Exactly. So, we're looking forward to it.
Do you get moving into a tournament format? Does it kind of give you like just a mental jolt of excitement? It's how does it feel to be going into that different kind of format?
Oh man, I'm real excited. It's like a juice for the real tournament time. It just gets you ready for tournament time. And luckily my family's coming down to experience it with me and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it. I don't really get to play in front of my family a lot. So to have them coming down and then for this team to be so anxious to play, just you can see it in practice. And it's a great feeling, and I can't wait to get started.
Who's all coming?
Victoria, Kendra, and my mother, Christine, might come, but she's not sure yet. So hopefully she can make the trip.
Derek said that you guys came back from Michigan and just went right back to work. That you guys are happy with what does that mean to you that you have that kind of feeling with the team that this isn't over? We didn't reach a goal.
Oh man, it's huge. It's definitely big for this team. Because we're trying to, like I said from the jump, we're trying to be the last one standing in everything that we do. So we're just going to take it one game at a time and definitely play for each other. I think that's big, and communicate at a high level and play defense at a high level. I think we'll be successful.
Coming into this tournament format with the neutral site games, what is that different atmosphere where no one's really, has that home court advantage? How's that different? And how do you feel like the 3 games that you guys have played on neutral courts this season kind of helps with that?
It's going to help us a little bit, but from what I hear, there's a lot of Indiana fans in Chicago, so hopefully they can come out and support. But, it's just a tournament feel. Playing the NCAA tournament last year, we played at a couple neutral courts, and there wasn't really a lot of fans there. So, we're experienced with it, and, the freshmen, Yogi and Jeremy, and then, we played in neutral sites, like you said, 3 times already this year, so they're used to it as well. So we're just looking forward to getting started, man. I know Coach is anxious, the coaching staff's anxious, so it feels like the season's starting all over again, so it's a great feeling.
With as good as the Big Ten is, and as high quality of competition as you could face in the Big Ten tournament, how good is that as far as a prep for what you could face quality of competition-wise in the NCAA tournament?
Oh, wow, it's huge. It's pretty obvious that we have the best league in the country, and like you could lose any given night, whether it be to the last place team in the league or the second or third or fourth or first. So, we gotta, it just helps you be ready day in and day out, which is huge for the NCAA tournament. And, it's great that we can be in such a great league and such a, high-profile league and actually be successful in it. But like I said, we're not satisfied and we're not done. Because like you said, IU's never won the Big Ten tournament, which is kind of shocking to me, but, it's time to change things.
You mentioned the fact that both of these teams that you could play at varsity. What does that do for you guys in terms of focus? When you know that they can get you when they've showed it on the floor, what's that do for you guys?
It makes us more focused, definitely. Just because they've beaten us, and they're capable of beating us. But at the same time, you got to be focused on anybody in this league, and we are focused on anybody in this league because you can lose any given night, like I said, and that's just the beauty of this league, how tough it is. So we're going to be prepared to play anybody, whether it be Minnesota or Illinois. And like I said, they're both really good teams, and they do a lot of great things. So there's no telling who we play.
Going 5-0 against top 10 teams, what does that do for your confidence level going into not only this tournament, but everything moving forward in March as far as the quality of teams that you're going to face?
It's pretty big, but at the same time, we got to realize that we got to bring the same energy and toughness that we bring to those top 5 teams and to teams who aren't ranked in the top 5, because that's just how it is, that's how tough this league is, and that's how tough this country is in college basketball. There's no telling what people can bring, so we got to be mentally and physically prepared to match our opponent no matter who they are, where they're coming from, or what league they're in.
When you found out you were Player of the Year at Sporting News, what went through your mind? Did you think back about when you were a younger player and coming off the bench, or what did you think about?
Just thinking about getting in the gym and working on my game. That's kind of like the first thing that came to my head for some reason. I just want to get better, and that's just the honest truth. It's nice, to be recognized and all this recognition and things like that. But one, I couldn't be here without my teammates, and two, I feel like I still need to get better in so many areas. And the past 3 games before Michigan, I kind of was missing something. And Coach Green and his coaching staff and my teammates helped me find what I was missing. And I can't ever lose that, especially if we want to be successful in March and April.
Anything else for Vic? Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Vic.